Hello everyone, I'm Yadika Reddy and welcome to my channel HYR Tutorials. In this video, we are going to look at one of the important topic, that is how to handle permission pop-ups using Selenium WebDriver. So what are these permission pop-ups actually? I mean, we never heard of these things, right? So we know the pop-ups, we know the alerts, we know the prompts, okay? So we never heard of these permission pop-ups. What exactly these permission pop-ups are actually, okay? So let's see, okay? So before going further, first let's see how these permission pop-ups are actually looking like, okay? So let me open the Chrome. So here I have some websites. So let me copy the first website. Go to that website. So this is a cleartrip.com website. Okay. So now you see we have a pop-up here, right? So it says show notifications, allow or block. Okay. So it has two options and this pop-up is there, right? So whenever I open this website, I'm getting this pop-up. So what I need to do, I need to click on allow or block, or I don't want to get this one completely, okay? I want to just click on cancel, okay? So I don't want to see the pop-up itself. So that is what our requirement, right? So like this, there are so many permission pop-ups, okay? So if you see, okay, first let me show you all the pop-ups. Then we will discuss about what are the permission pop-ups and everything, okay? So here, when I click on this one, here again it says show notifications, allow or block, okay? So the first two are actually based on the notifications only. So let's go to the third one. So here it says know your location. Okay, so it is a location based permission pop-up, not a notification based one. Okay, and like that we have two more. So when I open this website, so I want to test my microphone, okay? So I click on this test my mic. Here it is asking the permission, okay? Use your microphone. So for the microphone also, it is asking the permission, allow or block, okay? So it's a microphone based permission pop-up. And the last one is camera based permission pop-up, okay? So I want to test my camera. So my web camera I want to test. So when I click on test my cam, here you can see. Use your camera, allow or block. So it's a camera based permission pop-up. So all these pop-ups, we call it as a permission based pop-ups. Okay. So these pop-ups will have two options. Those are allow and block. And every pop-up will have the same UI. Now you see here in all the pop-ups, the UI is same only. Okay. The only thing that is actually changing here is the website name and the permission type. Here the camera is there and here microphone, here it's a location, here it is notifications, okay? So the permission type is actually getting changed, but the options and the UI is same only, right? So how do we actually handle this? So is it a browser based pop-up or is it an application based pop-up? So let's find out that also, okay? So let me open the developer tools. So first let me inspect this one, okay? So I'm not able to inspect. See, my mouse is on this one only, on this pop-up only, but it is not highlighting anything, right? So it is going to the application. So that means it is actually a browser based pop-up. Okay. Even though this pop-up is actually coming from the application, the pop-up is actually displayed by the browser. Okay. Please understand this statement carefully. The pop-up is actually coming from the application only. Okay. So this application is having show notifications pop-up. Like that, this application is having know your location pop-up. Okay. So the pop-up is actually coming from the application only. But it is displayed by the browser, not by the application. Okay, it is displayed by the browser. It is not a HTML based pop-up. Okay, it's a browser based pop-up that you need to understand. Okay, so how you will handle this browser based pop-up? So you might say like we have already handled alerts. Okay, so the alerts and these pop-ups are actually completely different. Okay, so the alerts are completely different and these pop-ups are completely different. Okay, so that is why we need to handle these pop-ups in a different manner. Okay, so how we will actually handle, how we can handle these pop-ups basically. So what are the options you can do? One thing is we can click on allow and we can click on block, or we can completely click on this cancel. Okay, that means we don't want to see the pop-up itself. Okay, we don't want to see the pop-up in our application. Whenever I open the application, I don't want to see the pop-up. So I don't have any requirement. So I don't want to see the pop-up. Okay, so that is one option, right? So in some scenarios, I have a requirement to click on allow or block. So those are the different options. Those are the different requirements basically, right? So in this video, we will see both the options, how we can completely remove the pop-ups from the application, and we will also see how we can click on the allow button and block button also when in this pop-up. Okay. So here this video is going to be a little lengthy video, guys, because I need to explain everything in detail, right? So how we can close the pop-up completely, how we can remove the pop-up completely, and how we can click on the buttons completely. Okay. So I need to explain very clearly, otherwise you will not understand anything. Okay. So if you have any urgency, so that you can just check out the video, the program link. So I'm going to attach the program link in the description below. Okay. So you can directly go to that program. That program will be available in my GitHub repository. You can directly go to that program and you can get the code. Okay. So if you don't have any urgency and if you want to understand the concept, right, please watch the video completely. Okay. So it is going to be a little lengthy video, but please have some patience and watch the video completely. Okay. So first, let me open the Eclipse. So first I want to go to any website, right? So driver.get. So first I will take this clear trip. Okay. So I don't want to see the pop-up itself. So first we will see that part. Okay. So this is a notification pop-up. So any pop-up is fine. Okay. So here I'll navigate to this website. So first, before handling it, let me execute this. Okay. So I'm not handling anything in the automation and I want to see whether that pop-up is actually coming in the automation browser or not. Now you see the pop-up is actually coming in the automation browser, right? So that means we have to handle it. Okay. So how do we handle it? So if you want to perform any operations on the browser, okay, not on the application, you want to perform the operations on the browser, then how you will perform? We have to make the changes to the browser itself, right? So these are the pop-ups that are coming from the browser. So we need to make the changes to the browser only. So how do you make the changes? We have capabilities, right? So desired capabilities or options. So we have these two options. Okay. So we can use either desired capabilities or options and make the changes to the browser. Okay. So the desired capabilities is actually coming from the Selenium WebDriver, and this Chrome, options are coming from the individual browsers. Okay. So for Chrome, we have Chrome options. For Firefox, we have Firefox options. For Edge, we have Edge options, like that. Okay. So here I'm using the Chrome browser. So I need to use the Chrome options here. Okay. So we don't have any common thing here, desired capabilities. Why? Because the desired capability is coming from the Selenium WebDriver. So this is not coming from the Selenium WebDriver, right? So Selenium WebDriver handles only the web-based applications, not these browser pop-ups actually. Okay. So that is why it is not available in the desired capabilities. Okay. So it is available under Chrome options only. Okay. So I'm going to create the instance for Chrome options. Chrome options is one class. Okay. So I'll name this one as options, new Chrome options. You all know how to create the object, right? So this is how we will basically create the object. So now I have the instance. Okay. So I will use this one, and in these options, right, there are different things. You can set the preferences, you can add the arguments. Okay. So there are many things basically you can perform in different types. You can add the capability directly also. Okay. So here I'm going to add the arguments. Okay. So add arguments. So for add arguments, there are two methods. One is list of strings and another one is only string. Okay. So if you want to add only a single argument, you can choose the second one. Okay. So here I'm going to pass the value. So it is not going to be a two values, guys. Okay. It's not like a key and value pair. It's going to be only value. Okay. There will not be any key or anything. Okay. So what is the argument? So here, what I want to actually disable, I want to disable the notifications pop-up, right? So for that, I need to write disable hyphen notifications. Okay. So let me check the spelling. Yeah, the spelling is correct. So disable notifications. So I want to disable the notifications. Okay. So now I need to pass this options class to this Chrome driver constructor, right? Otherwise, even though you have created this Chrome options class instance and added all the properties or arguments or something, that will not work. Okay. Until and unless you pass these options to the Chrome driver constructor, these options will not work. Okay. So I'm passing the options to the constructor here. So now let me run the program again. Okay. So this time I should not get the pop-up, right? So let's see. So the browser window is opened. So it is navigating the application. Now you see the loading is completed and we did not get any pop-up here, right? That means that pop-up is completely gone. Okay. So it is completely removed from the application itself now. So it is not even asking us. Okay. So that is about this disable notifications. So in the similar way, if you want to disable the location based one, so we have the location based also, right? So this is a location based pop-up. Okay. So if you get this one, you can simply change the argument here. Okay. So this argument is for the notifications. So I will show the argument. So here we don't want to disable the notifications. We want to disable the location. Location in the sense geolocation basically, right? So this is the argument that you need to pass. Okay. So if you want to disable the location based permission pop-up, this is the argument. Okay. So now we have seen how to disable the pop-ups, right? The permission pop-ups. So let me just comment this. So in the similar way, guys, okay, in the similar way, if you want to remove this one, there is another way. Okay. So the same way, the argument is disable media stream. Okay. So media hyphen stream. So if you want to disable the microphone or camera, you can use this one. Okay. So let me comment this one also. So now we have seen how to remove the pop-up completely, right? So now we will see how to click on allow and block. Okay. So those options. So for every pop-up, you will have three options basically. Okay. So let me just click on allow so that I can show you. So here you can see we have three options. The first is ask or default. I mean ask, that is the default one. And the second one is allow and the third one is block. Okay. So if I select this ask, right? So every time when I reload this page, every time it will ask. Okay. So for this mic, right, I need to click on this one. See, now it is asking. Okay. So here we have three options, right? So these three options we will see how to handle. Okay. So here I have one diagram. So you need to carefully understand this diagram. Okay. So if you want to handle the options, right, if you want to click on allow or block, you need to carefully handle this. I mean, you need to carefully understand this diagram basically. Okay. So basically we have the Chrome options, right? So in the Chrome options, so here if you want to disable, right, we have used arguments. Okay. So in the similar way, in the Chrome options, we will have so many things. Okay. Like arguments, we will have preferences, we will have profile. Okay. So there will be so many things. So in the similar way here, if you observe this one, so in the Chrome options, we have the preferences. Okay. So under the preferences, we have profile and some other preferences. Under the profile, we have different types of profile. Okay. So this is the profile that we are going to make the changes to. So if you want to perform any click operations, right, on those permission pop-ups, so this is the profile basically. Okay. So these three are actually key value based things. Okay. Not like arguments. Arguments is having only one value, right? But these are actually key value based things. Okay. So if you don't understand now, while writing the program, you will easily understand. Okay. So first we will handle the notifications one. So we have to create one hash map. So it's a key value pair, right? So for key value pair, we are going to go with the hash map. Okay. So first let me create the hash map and slowly I will explain you. Okay. So let me just create the hash map first. Okay. So I'm going to create the map here. Hash map. So the first value is going to be a string. Okay. And the next value is going to be an integer. Okay. So these are the actually settings, guys. Okay. So you can say this is like a argument or something. Okay. So notifications, geolocation and media stream. So under the media stream only we have mic and the camera also. Okay. So if you want to click on anything, right, we have to set the values like this: 0, 1, 2. Okay. 0 means ask, 1 means allow, 2 means block. So 0, 1, 2 are the integer values, right? So you can take integer or you can directly take the object also. Okay. So the superclass of all the classes is object. So I'm going with integer. Okay. I need to name the map. So what is the map? So manage default content settings. So this is a content, right? So I will name my map as content settings. Okay. Content settings. So I need to create the instance here. And next, so these content settings are going to store in profile. Okay. Profile is again based on the key value only. Okay. So again, I'm going to create one map. Or before that, first let's add the content settings. Okay. So then we will see. So content settings. So how do you add the values into the map? We will use put method, right? Put is the method we are going to use. So in put, first one is key and the second one is value. Okay. So here the key is nothing but this one. Okay. Notifications or geolocation or media stream. So let me type that. notifications. Okay, then the value will be 0 or 1 or 2. Okay, if you want to allow, it will be 1. Okay, so I will allow that by default. Okay, so this is the one. So I want to add this content settings into another map. That map is nothing but the profile. Okay, so I want to add these complete content settings into the profile, right? So let me make one more map here. So this map is also having key and value, right? The key will be this one, content settings. I mean, it will be a string value only, and the value will be the complete content settings object itself. Okay, so here I will write string. So you can directly write map here, or you can directly write the object also here. So object looks like easy one, right? So you don't have to worry much. So where we are adding these content settings, we are adding that one under profile. Okay, so I will write profile, then I need to create the instance. Okay, so now the profile instance is also created. So let me create this one also, preferences also. Okay, so hash map string. So the key is actually string only, and the value is going to be profile. The profile will be stored under the preferences. Okay, so again I will mention object instead of mentioning this hash map and all. I'll mention it as object. Okay, so what is this? Preferences, right? So new hash map. Okay, so now all the three maps are created, and the super one is Chrome options. So that instance is already created here, right? So let me take this here and put it here. Okay, so I'm going to put it here. So now the content settings are created. Okay, so I want to add these content settings under profile. So how do I add? Profile is also again a map only. Okay, profile dot put. So the key is this one. Okay, you need to write this one, managed default content settings. Okay, so let me write that. So I have added the key here, right? So the value will be content settings. Okay, so let me add that one here and close this one. So now the profile is also created. Okay, the profile needs to go into the preferences, right? So let me add the profile into preferences. Preferences dot put. So the profile is profile only. The key is also profile only. Okay, next the value will be this profile object. Okay, now this preferences needs to go into the options. Okay, so how it will go? Options dot options is an instance, right? Not like a hash map or something. So you cannot use put. Okay, so which method we need to use here? We have so many methods, right? Or add arguments, add capabilities. Okay, so we have set capability. So which one we need to use? So we need to use set experimental option. Okay, so this is the thing that we are going to use. Okay, so here the first value is string and the second value is going to be object. Okay, so the key is string. Okay, so what is the key? Preferences. Okay, so prefs, and the value will be this object. Okay, so if you understand for one thing, right, you will understand for all the permission based pop-ups. So for everything it is same only. Okay, only this content name will be changed, otherwise everything will be same only. Okay, so now it is done, right? So we have to add these options under the Chrome driver constructor. So that is already completed, right? So now let me execute this. So before executing that one, first let me put this one as 0, so that first time it will ask, okay, that pop-up should be coming, right? So I want to see the pop-up. Then we will change each option and we will see how it is actually clicking. I mean, you cannot see the click operation. Okay, so from the UI you cannot see the click operation. Now you see the pop-up is coming, right? So we have given 0 option. That means always ask. Okay, so let me close that. So I will change this value to 1. Okay, so now let me run this. So the browser window is opened and we did not get any pop-up. I said it is going to click on allow, right? So it is not going to show any pop-up and click on the allow. Okay, by default when the browser is actually opening, it will set that setting. So where you can see that setting? So just click on this lock button. Okay, here you can see notifications. This is set to the allow. Okay, allowed by your administrator. Who is the administrator? this Selenium WebDriver script is the administrator, right? So from here we have set it to allow. Okay. So let's change to 2. What is 2? 2 means block. Okay. So let me close this browser. Okay. I want to execute again. So I'm setting it to block. Okay. So now also it is not going to show any pop-up because internally it is going to set the preference, right? So now if you again see here, it says notifications blocked by your administrator. Who is the administrator again? The Selenium WebDriver script only. Okay. So if you change the value here, that value is going to be reflected here. Okay. So it is not going to show the pop-up and click on the allow button or click on the block button or something. Okay. By default, whenever this application is loaded in the browser, it will set. So that is how we are going to click on that buttons. Okay. So in the similar way, now we have seen for the location, notifications, right? So I want to see for the other one. So what is the other one? Location. Okay. So let's use this website. I'll just comment this and I'll write again. So I want to, test all the things, right? So for this one, I'm going to first comment this and the content will be different, right? So as I said, the content will be different. So what is the content here for location? Geolocation is the content. Okay. So let me change this geolocation. Okay. So by default, I'm setting it to 0. Let's see what happens. So the browser window is opened. Now you see the pop-up is coming, right? The location pop-up is coming. That means it is set to 0. Okay. So now let's change the value to 1. So I want to allow the value. Okay. I want to allow the location. Basically, this is very simple, guys. So if you understand for one thing, right, all the other pop-ups are easy. Okay. So here you can see the website is loaded and it did not pop up anything. Okay. And here you can see the longitude and latitude is also displayed. Okay. That means the location is actually allowed. Okay. So let's see location allowed by your administrator. Okay. So I want to block that location. How do I do that? It's just changing the option, right? So let me run this again. So now I'm not getting any location here. Why? Because I have blocked the location. Okay. The location access I have blocked. So if you open this one, you can see the location is blocked by administrator. Okay. So that is why it is not showing any longitude or latitude. So this is how you need to click on the geolocation pop-up. And what else is pending? The microphone and camera, right? So let's look at the microphone one. So for microphone and camera, the option is the content is only one, that is media_stream. Okay. So here, let me add that. Oh, sorry. This is the website, right? So I need to just comment this driver.get. The URL is this one. Okay. And the key is media_stream. Okay. So I need to write that media_stream. Okay. So again, the values are same, guys. Okay. The values are same. So directly I'm going to show you only one here. Anyway, the values are same, right? 0, 1, 2. All the pop-ups are having the same value. So I want to just click on 1. Okay. So here you need to observe one more thing, guys. Okay. So what is that? So when I open this website, by default, this pop-up will not be coming, right? So I need to click on something. So what is that? So I open this website. I need to wait for some time. Then I need to click on test my mic button. Okay. So let me inspect this button first. So this button has one ID, but this button is being displayed after some time only, right? So I need to give some thread.sleep here. So I'll give some 6 seconds. Okay. Then I need to click on that button. Driver.findElement. We have the ID. Okay. By ID dot click. So I need to throw the exception. Okay. So let me choose the superclass exception. So after clicking on this, that pop-up will be coming. But here I'm setting it to already allow. So the pop-up should not come. Okay. So let's run this. MicTest.com is opened. and the button is not yet displayed. Okay, so now the button is displayed and you can see starting your microphone, please wait. That means we have already allowed the microphone, right? So that is why it is testing the microphone already. Okay, so if you go here, you can see camera and microphone both are actually allowed. Okay, allow. So as I said, if you set one thing, by default it will set to two things. Okay, and the key is also only one, right? Media stream means it will be applicable for the mic and camera also. Okay, the camera is also allowed and microphone is also allowed. Okay, I'm talking here now, you can see it is actually rising. Okay, so you can observe that, right? That means the mic is actually working. Okay, so the next one is the camera. So for camera also, we need to click on that camera. I mean, test my camera, right? So first, this is the website. So I need to change the website. So the website is this one. So here also, after some time, this button will be displayed. So let me inspect the button. So this button also has one ID. So I'm going to simply change the ID only here. Okay. The timing I'm going to keep it like this. And this is also not going to change. Okay. For camera also, this is the thing. Okay. So let me run this. So now also I'm giving the option as 1. By default, I'm allowing it. Okay. So you can, you can test the other options, guys, 0 and 2. So while you are practicing, you can test that. Okay. Now it is actually clicking on that. You can see waiting for permission and starting your webcam. Actually, in my laptop, I have another switch to switch off the camera. Okay. So that is why nothing is visible here. Okay. But you can see here the camera and microphone both are allowed. Okay. So that is how you need to set the options, guys. Okay. So that is how we basically perform the operations on the permission based pop-ups. Okay. So you understood, right? So what is a permission based pop-up and how you need to handle those pop-ups. Okay. So we can handle the permission based pop-ups in 3 ways. The first one is we can directly remove the pop-up. Okay. And the second one is we can click on allow button. And the third one is we can click on block button. Okay. So those are the options, guys. So this is how we are going to handle permission based pop-ups. So now you got the idea, right? What exactly the permission based pop-up is and how you need to handle. Okay. So now if you see the diagram, it will be easy to understand. Okay. So we have Chrome options. Inside the Chrome options, we have preferences. Inside the preferences, we have profile. Inside the profile, we have these keys. Okay. So if you want to get other things like this, you can go to this website. Okay. I'm going to show you that one as well. So just go to this website. Okay. So this is coming from the Google only. So if you go, all the keys are present here. Okay. So all the content keys. Okay. So if you come down, here you can see preferences that are exclusively used to store managed values for default content settings. Here cookies, images, JavaScript, plugins, pop-ups, geolocation, notification, media stream. So we have seen these 3, right? There are some other different kind of pop-ups. So for those pop-ups, you can use this one. So if you want to allow or disallow the plugins, you can use this one. Okay. So sometimes JavaScript also needs to be allowed. Okay. So there you need to handle this JavaScript, images and cookies as well. So here the cookies are there, right? So like this, whether you want to allow the cookies or not. So that also can be handled using this one only. Okay. All you need to do is add this content key. Okay. Add this content key here and use the values as 0, 1, 2. That's it. Okay. You will get to know how those things are actually working. So I'm going to leave all these links in my description box below. Okay. So you can check these websites. So if you have any other website, that is absolutely fine. So if you don't have any website, just for the reference, like for the practice, I'm going to leave all these links in the description box below. So you can check each and everything here. Okay. So just check this one also. There are other things also. So just check all these other things also. Okay. So already this video is lengthy. Thank you for watching with patience. So that is for this video, guys. If you have any questions or if you have any feedback, please let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to like and share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.